Hello and welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to draw our Yuji Black Flash from when he fought Sukuna in the manga. So I've drawn some light guidelines beforehand because I don't want to take a lot of time on a video. So let's start. First, draw a slightly tilted line going down and inwards for the nose. Then we are going to draw slight curves here for the frowning because he's fought Skuna and he's angry at him. Now the perspective is a little weird for drawing its top view, so we can see one eye normally, but one eye is up and like that. So let's draw this. Draw a line upward, then this for his eye, then draw a line for his eyebrow, then draw his pupil. Then this just connects with the nose like that, and that side of his face is done. Just add some frowning lines, and now move on to this. For the top of his lip, just do a downwards line and go inward, upward, downward, and a little dot right there. Then for chin, just do that. And then here, go straight and upwards. And for the nostril, just do a little dot like that, a small line. Now for the bottom lip, just put a line. Then now for this eye, just first put a line, then a curved line right underneath it. Then draw his eye inside. Then for the eyebrow, just do a sharp line and connect it. And some more frowning lines, curves like that. And there's this blood splatter on his face. So just do that. And for the ear, just do this curved line outwards and then back inwards. For the ear, it's pretty simple. Just do that, two lines in there, and that. Now for the hairline, just do that. Then just jagged lines like this. Then just make it come inwards up to here. Then go to the other side. So now for the hair, just do lines like that. It's just random lines, so it doesn't have to be just like mine. So just do that. Done. The outline of his hair is done. Now just the manga page has some texture in his hair, so I'm gonna do that. So, like that. And there's some lines on his face for the bruises and scratches. And like that. Okay. And then let's do the hood. Go from here, a line like that. And curves like this. Stop here and start again like that. Okay. Then the inside of the hood like that. Then now the bottom of the hood is just a curved line, and it reconnects like this right there, and then draw some ripping right there. The color is dyed, so just do that. Some hatching lines right there, and that's done. Now let's get to the suit. Now just do some lines for what he's wearing, the Jutsu High uniform, and like that. Then to do the backhand, just like that. And for the actual hand, we're gonna do some, because he has a glove, so we're going to draw some claws right there. One of his fingers is behind, so we won't see it. So, and for the thumb, do this like that. Now just draw some inner lines for the hand, and one line there. And his glove has these things, bandage looking things on the wrists, so do that. And for the actual arm, just because it looks kind of like bone, just do this. Some lines, then some texture. Then for the back, just do this. And we're going to leave some space for the speech bubbles. They're not really bubbles, they're kind of just boxes. But now let's move on to the arm. Now from here, go like this to there. Then from this right there, from where the box is going to start, just do some textured lines like that. Then from here, a line like that for texture. Then just some random ones like that. Then here for the actual arm, mm, before the arm, there's some sleeve right there. Now do that. Then sleeve is right there with some folds right there and there. After that, just continue adding some folds on the uniform and there. Now for the actual arm, it's an easy process mostly, other than like this wristband thing. Let's start with it first. Now just kind of do this. I'm sort of simplifying it for this. The actual manga and cover pages, they're very detailed, so I'm not gonna do that. Here, just draw some lines, one right there for the glove, and that. Then for the actual muscle looking part of the glove, just put that, that. Four lines like this, and just add some texture like this. Like that. And for the fist, first, because some of the black flash sparks are going on it, first let's do the sparks like that. Now draw the fist where the black sparks aren't. One of his fingers is a little bit behind on the hand, so first we're gonna do his thumb and the three other fingers, and then the little finger there. Then just draw like this and like that. Done. Just have some texture and that's done. Now let's draw the sparks. Now there's a lot of things going on here because the sparks are in a weird shapes, so they were kind of hard to draw in the guidelines because they were kind of just everywhere. So just make some random spark looking shapes and some little parts like this, and pretty much done. So now the leg right there, it's a simple line like that. In the guidelines I might kinda made it a little too small. Okay, like that. If you want to, you can make it a little thicker like this and add some texture. Now for the boxes with the text, grab a scale and do that. Just put some lines like that, and like that for the top box. Then for this one, do the same thing. I'm just going to draw the boxes first and actually write what's in it at the end because I don't want to mess up the spellings in a rush. So just draw the boxes like that. Then there's a little bit of box going around Yuji, so just draw those like that. Then it's kind of just random geometrical shapes. So, and then there's a little spark right there, like that. A little rock right under the speech box. So, and there's more rocks right there. So, just draw these shapes like that. So, now for the bottom part, It's a little easier because it's just his eyes. So first I'll draw the boxes. Just make sure that the actual text can fit in. Oh yeah, I forgot the line. Now for these, just I'm doing this because it's a little easier to do when flipping the book around. So now one more box right there. So that's how the boxes are. I can mess up the lines a little bit, but whatever. So now the eyes, they're just simple lines like that. This one as well. Just connect them to the boxes like that. Then the part of the eye. Unlike here, it's connected because it's a close-up shot. Now the eyebrow, just some lines like that. One straight line, a curved line, and then this line I'm drawing right now. Then for the bottom part, just do the same thing. Just get a little bit smaller at the end. Then just shade a little and done. Now the eye, just put that. Then just do some shading inside, and now let's continue on the other. This one's eyebrow, same thing. Just do that. Then the eye has the same thing as the other one. Just that. Then there's a scar up here on his eyebrow. Oh yeah, it's here too. Make here too. Make it like that. It's just kind of a triangle. Add some shading like that. And let's move on to this small part and nose that's there. Just straight line, then some shading. Another one right there. And then like that. And another one right there. And just some scars and marks like that. Then there's another scar, this one. the kind of splatter. Do it right here too. Add some shading and here, and for the bottom part of the eyebrow, just do some shading and lines for the eyelid. Then right here for the cheek, just draw a line and some sparks coming out like that. Now just some more scars like that, another one like that, and that's almost done. Just some more shading and then a line like here, right there, like the hood. So it's basically done. Just draw the inner parts of the boxes, right? Black, black, like that. Then another one, Yuji's potential. Then amidst a shower of black sparks, Yuji, itadori, and some dots right there for the silence. Some more right there. Has awakened. There. That's basically it. If you want to curl it, you can. I'm probably gonna. So, yeah, that's it. Hope it helped. And goodbye for now.